Guys Radio TV Sports Special Presentation. I'm Don Bowles, and I'm at Manchester High School. It's the home of the Greyhounds. And we want to welcome you to high school baseball here on C103. And good, guys, it should be a good ball game. This is the two supposed, depending on what you hear, the projections. And I can tell you I've seen both these ball clubs, so I think they're pretty accurate when they say two of the best teams in the league without question. This should be an interesting matchup. One of them is a top of Division I. The other one's a top of Division II. And this will be the only time they meet, so this will be a fun ball game. Come on back. I'll tell you about standings for other teams and more after this as we now begin our Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor at Edward Jones Investments in Maysville.
I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. You know, I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved to Hillsboro in 1971, fell in love with rural living. I bought an 18-acre piece of property out in the country, started raising cattle, but there's nothing like walking out your back porch and seeing soybeans, corn's growing, cattle grazing in the pastures and baling hay.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Summer's almost here and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help.
Usual folks here Between the Baselines. I'm going to start things off by talking about how things are in the league. It's especially appropriate here on a Monday. We'll get things started as we're heading toward the middle of the season. In softball, it's North Adams atop of Division I. They are 3-0 and 9-3. Eastern is 3-1 and 8-1, and who can believe the weather's been so good that they've already played 12 games, and we're just in the second week of April. This is unheard of. Usually by this time we would have had 12 postponements or something. Lynchburg-Clay is in third place. They're 1-3 and 4-5. Ripley is 0-3 and 0-3, and West Union is 0-3 and 0-4, tied for fourth place. Division II, Fairfield, they're undefeated at 5-0 and 12-3. Manchester, wow, they've played 15 games, Fairfield has. Manchester, 3-0 and 7-3, is in second spot. Or I should say, actually, based upon losses, they're tied with Fairfield at 3-0. In third spot, Peebles at 2-1 and 7-1. Fayetteville is at fourth at 2-3 and 3-3, and White Oak is still looking for their first win as they're 0-5 and 0-5. Now, for the baseball side of things, it looks like Lynchburg-Clay, the team we're going to see tonight, they're undefeated. They're 4-0 and 7-2 in first place in Division I. North Adams is 3-1 and 3-5 in second. Ripley, Eastern, and West Union are all tied for third, fourth, and fifth place. Ripley's 0-2 and 0-2. Eastern's 0-4, 0-6. And West Union 0-4 and 0-6. In Division II, White Oak is 4-1 and 4-6 in first place, tied with Peebles and Manchester. Peebles 3-1 and 5-3. Manchester 2-1 and 2-2. Fairfield is 2-3 in fourth place and 3-7 overall. Fayetteville in fifth, tied for fourth place, is 2-3 and 2-5. That's the standings for both baseball and softball. We'll be back. I'll give you the rosters for both these ball clubs here on Between the Baselines. Brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor at Edward Jones Investments in Maysville, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Summer's almost here, and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whitehouse Road in Sardinia, or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union. Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the roster for the Lynchburg-Clay Mustangs under head coach James Flowers. The roster looks like this. Number 1, Elam Faust. He's a senior, injured and will not play tonight. Number 3, Eric Slack, a junior. Also a junior, Max Baker, wearing number 4. Aiden Bean, a junior, wears number 7. Number 11, that's Luke Davis. He's a sophomore. Tristan Puckett, a junior, wears number 12. Wearing number 13, Trevor Niehaus. He's a junior. Sophomore, Tanner Roberts, wears number 14. Number 15, Alex Van Fleet, a junior. 20 is Harley Lewis, a sophomore. 24 is Quinn Wells. He's a sophomore as well. Christian Beachy, a sophomore, wears 33. And number 44, Caden Boone, a senior. Once again, that is the Lynchburg-Clay Mustangs. We'll take another quick break. We'll be back. I'll talk to you about the Manchester roster. But first this, here on C103 and Good Guys, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Magulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS. Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance in Georgetown at 937-378-4124, in Owensville at 513-732-2600, in West Union at 937-544-5505, or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
Well, the roster, it looks like this under second-year coach Trey Mead. It'll be number 2, Traven Hildebrand. He's a senior. Freshman Bentley Colvin wears number 3. Junior Clayton Colvin wears number 4. Number 5, that's Landon Doyle. He's a senior. Number 6, Jasper Walker, a freshman. Number 9, Parker Hayslip, a senior. Sophomore, Kenton Butt, wearing number 12. Lucas Rigdon, he's a freshman. He wears 14. 16, James Hackathorn, a sophomore. Braylon Rickett, a senior, wears 21. 23 is Bryce Young. He's a sophomore. Luke Applegate, a senior, wears 25. 44, Carson Inman is a junior. And Kaysen Shelton, a freshman, wearing number 54, rounds out the roster. We'll take another quick break. We'll be back. I've got lineups and much more. But first this, as we continue Between the Baselines here on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large, pepped-up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped-up pepperoni. Snappy Delivery.
Play shortstop and bat first. Batting second, the pitcher, Quinn Wells. Batting third, Kristen Beachy, the first baseman. The cleanup batter, Max Baker, will play third base. Batting fifth, Tanner Roberts, the left fielder. Aiden Beanie, the right fielder, bats sixth. Batting seventh, Trevor Niehaus, the center fielder. And batting eighth, Caden Boone, the DH. And playing catcher will be Eric Slack. Batting ninth, Alex Van Fleet, the second baseman. Once again for Lynchburg-Clay, that'll be Lewis, Wells, Beachy, Baker, Roberts, Beanie, Niehaus, Boone, and Van Fleet in that order. And now let's take a look at the Lynchburg-Clay Mustangs. Leading things off, it'll be Traven Hildebrand. He'll bat first and play second base. The pitcher Luke Applegate will pitch, of course, and bat second. Batting third, that's Clayton Colvin, the center fielder. Batting fourth, Parker Hayslip, the shortstop. The first baseman, Carson Inman, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, Braylon Ricketts, the right fielder. The third baseman, Kenton Butt, will bat seventh. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, James Hackathorn. Lucas Rigdon will play left field. And Landon Doyle, the catcher, will bat ninth. Once again for Manchester, batting, it'll be Hildebrandt, Applegate, Clayton Colvin, Hayslip, Inman, Rickett, Butt, Rigdon, Hackathorn, and Landon Doyle. In that order. We'll take another break. We'll be back. The umpires are out giving their instructions to the coaches, and we'll be back first pitch just around the corner here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
Wow. To Shack baseball.
Wells is going to drive. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football.
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
To Shack volleyball.
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
Local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. You know, I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved to Hillsboro in 1971. Fell in love with rural living. I bought an 18-acre piece of property out in the country, started raising cattle, but there's nothing like walking out your back porch and seeing soybeans, corn's growing, cattle grazing in the pastures and baling hay.
We come back, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude the Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor at Edward Jones Investments. We have just enough time as the pitchers out there taking his final warm-up pitches. Not only is it Lynchburg and Manchester tonight, but tomorrow night will be Fairfield at North Adams, and then we'll skip a night on Thursday night, weather being friendly, which we hope it will be, and it has been. We've been very, very fortunate this year. North Adams at Eastern. That'll be on C103 and Good Guys. And then on Friday night, it will be Eastern at Manchester, here at Manchester on C103. We're about to have our first batter. Standing in will be Harley Lewis, followed by Quinn Wells, Christian Beachy, and Max Baker, should we get that far. On the mound, Luke Applegate for the Manchester Greyhounds. I'll give you some stats on him in just a moment as he's about to throw his first pitch. He's a right-handed batter as Manchester, the home team on the scoreboard, pitched down on the bottom end of the strike zone, strike one. Luke has pitched 6 innings. His record 0-1. His only loss coming to White Oak. He struck out 12. Has a 1,000 whip and a 1.167 ERA. That one just a little lower than the first one. Comes in for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Quinn Wells, his counterpart on the mound for Lynchburg-Clay, on deck. And swing and a miss. Lewis chased one way outside. That almost took the door off of a car in a parking lot. And he still chased it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Harley, the shortstop, leading off here for the Lynchburg-Clay Mustangs with a .457 batting average. Oh, good-looking curveball. And Applegate records his first strikeout of the ball game. That'll bring Quinn Wells, the pitcher, to the plate. Quinn has 17 runs on 23 hits. 3 of those are doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, the only one recorded for the Mustangs. 18 RBIs. With a .742 batting average. That's some serious numbers. I don't care if it's high school, pee-wee, or the major leagues. And that pitch high, fastball, ball 1. Be interesting to see if Applegate tries to pitch around Wells. Wells, a right-handed batter, pretty upright stance. He'll pull that left foot back just a little bit toward third base. Swing and a miss. He chases a fastball down and in. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck now, Christian Beachy, the first baseman for the Mustangs. Mustangs here in their black uniforms. Gold stripes, I think Yankees stripes. And that pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. Gold numerals trimmed in black. You know, this and every game this season is brought to you by People's Monument Company. Sharing the life of a loved one isn't just important today, it's important forever. The wind and the pitch again, high and out, ball 3. Applegate behind the count, now 3-1. 1 down if you're just joining us. We are in the top of the first inning of a 7-inning high school baseball game. The pitch by Applegate, and that's a nice-looking pitch. It's popped down the first base line. Looks like it'll drop into foul territory. Ricketts gave it up for the team in a headlong dive, but it just outside the reach of his glove by about 6 inches. And that'll just go down as a long strike, and it'll run the count full at 3-2. We also want to thank First State Bank for making this broadcast possible. Learn more about First State Bank at your local branch in Southern Ohio or Northern Kentucky, or even better, online at fsb4me.com. As I'm not sure what that's about, but the catcher is going to go out and have a conversation with his pitcher. And yeah, that's what's going on. The umpires are having a conversation down the first base bag. I don't know what that would be. Umpires behind the plate, Kevin Pickrell. Out on the base pads, Eddie Deemer. A really good crew tonight. Kevin Pickrell, very, very even on way calls versus either team. If he's calling a strike for Manchester, he'll call the same strike for Lynchburg-Clay, and that's the one that'll get people cranked, and the coaches cranked quicker than anything else, is if he's not balanced. But he is very balanced. He likes a big strike zone, which means the batter better come up swinging. I personally like his strike zone because I don't like it when the umpire takes the batter out of the game. When you're calling a little tiny. And he's going to call Lynchburg-Clay's coach out. And I guess there could be an out. I was not looking. I was watching the ball. There could be something like batter interference. Could be several things going on here that they're having a conversation out, because the ball was, without question, a foul ball. It was about at least 10, 15 feet outside the foul line down the first base line. And as I said, Rickett, a diving attempt. He's really quick. One of the best right fielders in the league, I think. Braylon does a really nice job in right field. But it was, 6 to 12 inches looked like from here away from the glove. And they have not called Trey Mead over yet, the coach for Manchester. So this must only involve a Lynchburg-Clay player. Trey is standing over in the third base bag by the third base dugout. Obviously wanting to know what's going on, but not a conversation yet. This is one of the longest conversations I've had in a high school baseball game in a long time. I don't know what this would be. As I said, this is really different because it was what looked to me like a routine foul ball. The count now 3-2, 1 down, and as I said, he took a swing. Catcher interference, could have been batter interference, either way. Might not be either one of those. Yes, and I don't think it's a lineup problem because the way Kevin Pickrell is moving around, I guess it could be a problem with the pitcher and a question, but I did not see any conversation between Coach James Flowers and the umpire as to what might cause some kind of complaint. A lot of times you'll have a coach, and some of them maybe do this incessantly, but they'll complain about a pitcher's stance on the mound, or they're balking or a perceived balk. That's usually the big one that gets arguments going. And let me see if I can get an explanation here. If I can get the umpire to let me know what's going on. Kevin. I'll have to get it after he talks to Coach Trey Mead with Manchester. It looks like the batter's just going to step back in as he walks over to, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back after this on C103 and Good Guys.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in time for Luke Applegate to throw the third strike and his second strikeout of the inning and the second out of the inning, as that'll bring Christian Beachy to the plate. We'll find out from the umpire between innings exactly what that conversation was about. It was quite lengthy, but nonetheless, we move on. 2 down, nobody on. Christian Beachy at the plate. Right-hand pitcher, fastball right down the heart of the plate, bottom end for a strike. No balls and a strike. Max Baker, the third baseman, on deck now. As again the pitch, and that one was down again, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. As I said, when you have the umpiring crew you have tonight, you better bring your bats. Because he's going to make you swing that bat, and I think that's the way it should be, especially at this level. You know, let's face it, these are high school pitchers. To ask them to play pitch to a tiny strike zone is probably a little more than should be expected of them. Now, should you have a consistent strike zone? Yes. Should it be realistic? Yes. And swing and a miss. 3 up, 3 down. We'll take a break. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. We're right back after this here on C103. Mr. Pickram.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Summer's almost here, and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whitehouse Road in Sardinia, or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union.
Ran Luke Applegate and Clayton Colvin in that order for the Greyhounds, and first pitch catches the outside edge, strike 1. for the Lynchburg-Clay Mustangs. It's Quinn Wells on the mound. Eric Slack is behind the plate. Christian Beachy at first. As that pitch is in, called strike 2. 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Alex Van Fleet is the second baseman. Max Baker at third. Harley Lewis is shortstop. Tanner Roberts is in left. Trevor Niehaus in center. Curveball high, but Hildebrandt fouls it back. And the count remained no balls and 2 strikes. A little protective move there on the part of Hildebrandt. Trevor Niehaus in center and Aiden Beanie in right field for the Mustangs. Hildebrandt, a right-handed batter, stands in. Kind of a deep knee bend as he squeezes that stance, and the ball gets away from the catcher. No harm, no foul. Eric Slack, the catcher tonight. It's a big assignment for the freshman. Their senior catcher, Elam Faust, injured, not playing tonight. Big opportunity for Eric Slack as he'll has an opportunity to imprint his name or on the spot for next year, to say the least. Wells, big deep breath, wind in the pitch, and it's a bouncer outside the third baseline. Quinn, the fastest pitcher I have seen. I don't mean velocity. Well, the fastest working pitchers I have ever seen in high school baseball. When he gets that baseball, he's bringing it. And he steps to the rubber and the pitch. And called strike 3. 1 down. That'll bring Luke Applegate, the pitcher, to the plate. Applegate has batted 11 times, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 double, 1 RBI, 2 stolen bases as a pitch, and it's a ground ball foul outside the first baseline, strike 1. .563 on base percentage and a .364 batting average. Again, nice numbers for a high school player. Settles deep back in the batter's box, and he fouls that back off the fence right here in front of us. And the count now 0-2. Applegate, a right-handed batter again. Not only does he pull that left foot back to third, but he moves that right foot in to really open that stance. And that pitch misses out for a ball. I want to see if he'd chase one of those on the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The on-deck batter is Clayton Colvin, the center fielder for the Manchester Greyhounds. And a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Clayton Colvin to the plate. This coverage is presented by Maysville Community and Technical College. College for your world. Learn more and apply online at maysville.kctcs.edu. Maysville Career and Technical College. That pitch misses, ball 1. On deck now the shortstop, Parker Hayslip. A lot of these names, of course, on both these teams we're familiar with because when you have small schools like we cover, they play lots of sports. And we saw most of these kids playing as a fastball right down the middle plate on the bottom end. As Wells is doing a good job keeping it down in the strike zone. 1-1 the count even. Curveball misses out, ball 2, 2-1. But most of these kids play multiple sports. We saw a lot of them this winter in basketball. Of course, here we see them in baseball, and some of these kids even play 2 sports in a season. I know some of them run track as well as play baseball. Two balls and a strike. I just made note that the Manchester scoreboard is not working, so I don't have a way to correct things as it's foul outside home plate. Colvin did a nice job of fighting that one off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, because that was probably a strike. So forgive me if I miss a count. I don't have something to cheat with by looking at it. The pitch now and called strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. 6 batters, 6 strikeouts. What a game we have going here. Second inning's up next here on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at People's Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit People's Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose People's Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Maggulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS.
That order, first pitch is in, curveball, strike one. Second pitch is in, curveball, strike two. Swing and a miss on that second one. Baker, the number 4 batter in the Mustang lineout. We have started the first inning as Applegate struck out the side and Wells came back and struck out the side as well. And a swing, called strike three. 3 pitches, 1 out, and that was a gorgeous pitch. That was a good look. Mr. Baker probably would like to have that one back. Tanner Roberts steps to the plate. He's a left fielder. He sports a .333 batting average, having batted 24 times with 22 runs, 8 hits. One of those a double. Nobody on, 1 out, and swing and a miss. He chased a fastball up and in. And that's the other thing. When you've got pitchers like this out here that can spot the baseball, yeah, they're pitching pretty good velocity, both of them. But that's not what it's about. You'll hear them talk about it when you watch a Reds game or any major league game. They are spotting the baseball. Now, see, that one was down and out. So he came up and in on that first pitch. He got Baker to chase it. Then he comes back down and out, and Baker didn't bite. And that's a foul ball outside the first baseline, strike 2. And once again, Wells is ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Baker, as I said, the third baseman for the ball club. He has a .227 batting average with a .393 on-base percentage. Swing and a miss. Chased an outside fastball. And that one, he just blew it right past him. And that'll be strike 3 and the second out of the inning. Aiden Beaney, the right fielder, comes to the plate. We talked about on-base percentage. You listen to these on-base percentages, even though their average might be a little low sometimes, that on-base percentage, they're getting it done. Beaney with a .261 batting average, which is pretty reasonable batting average. Oh, he chased one right up on his shoulders, up and in for strike 1. But he has a .320 on-base percentage. 1 out of 3 times on base is not bad. The pitch now, and it's a ground ball outside the first baseline, and again, Applegate ahead in the count, 0-2. Luke Applegate pitching, Landon Duel behind the plate. That's the battery for the Manchester Greyhounds. And again, that one pitched way outside, but Aiden Beaney says, look, I'm not going that far out to get one. Applegate likes to work pretty quickly as well. And a swing and a miss. He's chased one outside. He'll head to first, trying to beat a throw off a drop pitch, but too little too late. 3 up, 3 down. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys, presented by CMT Components.
Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance in Georgetown at 937-378-4124, in Owensville at 513-732-2600, in West Union at 937-544-5505, or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
Field, Manchester takes the plate, and the first pitch in to Parker Hayslip is called strike one. Parker Hayslip, Carson Inman, Braylon Rickett in that order for the Greyhounds. As a second pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. On the mound again, Quinn Wells, his battery mate Eric Slack tonight, a sophomore pitcher and a freshman catcher. And I think that is so cool, as that pitch was high for a ball. I think that's so cool because what does that say about Mustang baseball in the future when your battery mate in one of the biggest games of the season is a freshman and a sophomore? That's pretty cool stuff. That was another ball to even the count at 2-2 strikes now. Nobody down, no score in the bottom of the second inning here. We're at Manchester High School, the home of the Greyhounds. And pitch called strike three for one down. Carson Inman, the first baseman, will come to the plate. Now, he's the first left-handed batter that Wells has had to face. Let's see if that changes anything here. I don't know. Yes, that's right. It was the second lefty. As standing in, Inman, the pitch, curveball, outside edge, strike one. Inman, he'll pull that left foot clear into the back corner of the box. Swing and a miss, strike two. That one was in on his hands. He wrist locked him. Inman steps back in, and boy, I'll tell you what, he's got him moving because swing and a miss, strike three, and those batters are standing in, and that baseball is on them right then. Two down. That'll bring Braylon Rickett, the right fielder, to the plate. Braylon, a 143 batter. He's batted 14 times with a run, 2 hits. One of those was a triple. First pitch, swing and a miss. Nice strike, nice fastball, just about chest high, right down the center of the plate. As again, Wells quickly with the pitch. And that's a foul ball. Check that. That's a fair ball down the first base line. We have our first base hit of the ball game as Rickett turns the corner, and he'll have into second base standing for a double. Braylon Rickett jumped on a fastball, a little up and out, and didn't really try to kill the ball. He just let the ball and the bat do its business, and he'll have a double to right field to get Manchester started here for Kenton Butt, the third baseman, to stand in. Kenton Butt, the left fielder, has batted 8 times. No hits, no runs. And first pitch called strike one. Rickett's pretty quick out there on second base. You can bet both of the coaches are going to be extremely aggressive on the base pads because with these two pitchers dealing the way they are, curveball inside, ball one, they're going to try to take advantage of every opportunity. So you would have to think Rickett is going on just about anything. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Eric Slack, the catcher, goes out to say something to his pitcher, Wells. Begin your pathway to completion today with Southern State Community College at sscc.edu. Thanks to Southern State for sponsoring our baseball coverage. Catcher's back behind the plate. Wells has the baseball. First time he's paused a little bit. He actually rubbing the baseball up just a little bit. Looks at the runner, and quickly the pitch again misses. Called that, excuse me. And that's called strike 3. 4 up, 3 down. As Manchester Strands won, we'll be right back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Snappy Tomato Pizza.
The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large, pepped-up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped-up pepperoni.
Snappy Delivery.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Bat. There's no score in our ball game as we move now to the top of the 3rd inning. We've seen a total of, as I'll get that finished, that pitch back right here, low, ball 1. We've seen a total of 13 batters, and we've had 12 strikeouts to begin this baseball game. What a pitching duel we have going here. And again, folks, it's not the batters. We've got 2 of the best pitchers in the league, Trevor Niehaus, Caden Boone, and Van Fleet batting for the Mustangs now, and that pitch is called strike 1. Niehaus, a 200 batting average, but a 375 on-base percentage. He's got 5 hits. One of those is double, 8 RBIs. Lynchburg-Clay yet to have a base runner. Luke Applegate on the mound. He has pitched 6 innings. Make it up to 8 1/3 now, or 8 I should say here on his record. 1.16 ERA. Good numbers. As now we're about to get the scoreboard working. That'd be cool. And the pitch is outside strike. No balls, 2 strikes. This game is being brought to you by ABCAP, Ohio Means Jobs, working to help Adams and Brown County families to be more self-sufficient. As that's a little pop foul back against the fence. Learn more about ABCAP at omjadamsbrown.org. We also want to shout out to our season sponsor, Willie & Son Trucking. Get your motor running and roll on with Willie & Son Trucking. Winding the pitch, foul back against the fence again. Count remains 1-2. Well, they've got 2-2 on the scoreboard. They're probably more accurate than I am. We'll say it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Again, no score in our ball game. Top the 3rd inning. And the count misses outside, and for the first time in the evening, Applegate has pitched a full count. Or I should say Niehaus has taken him to a full count. High and in, and Lynchburg-Clay has their first base runner. Applegate issues his first walk. Standing in now will be left-handed batting Caden Boone. Caden, a .266 batter with a .417 on base percentage. Caden, a senior, as they throw over to first base, and the runner is back and safe. The ball got away from the first baseman. Had that not been the case, I think they might have gotten him. It was close enough. As they throw back over to first once again, and once again the runner's back. You know, Bertram Pharmacies also sponsors this broadcast. Stop by any of their 3 locations: Donahue Pharmacy, in Georgetown, Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, and Sardinia Pharmacy. As the runner goes, they throw down to second base. The throw will be offline, and the runner's in safe. And I talked about it being aggressive, and James Flowers, he's buying into that. As now, Mustangs with their first runner in scoring position, Caden Boone at the plate. 1 ball and no strikes the count. On deck would be the number 9 hitter, Alex Van Fleet, the second baseman. Boone, batting left-handed, stands in. Really guards the plate as he's got both toes in a real square stance, both toes on the inside of the base, and they throw the ball into the outfield as they tried to pick the runner off. Instead, it goes to the outfield. The ball comes back in quickly, but not before Niehaus is safe at third. That'll be an E1. Good hustle on the part of the outfield for Manchester to get that ball back in and hold Niehaus. That could have easily been a run. Now you have a runner 90 feet away. Boone at the plate. The pitch again, and it's strike 1. Third inning, no score in our ball game. I'm Don Bowles, and our studio producer, Mr. Matthew Baker. The pitch gets past the catcher. The catcher has the ball, and they get the runner. Good job on the part of Landon Doyle. He tracked down the baseball and was able to dive back in and plant the tag on Trevor Niehaus. Opportunity knocked, and Lynchburg-Clay did not open the doors. They go away empty on their first opportunity to score a run here in the ball game. Boone will stand back in again with no runners on. 1 down. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And if you wonder what's going on there, as called strike 3. And that'll bring Van Fleet to the plate. Applegate records his 7th strikeout of the ball game. With 2 down, Van Fleet will stand in. .667 on base percentage. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Begin your pathway to completion, as I said, at Southern State Community College, sscc.edu. Pitch is down for a ball. Pay attention to who our local sponsors are. Notice there's none of the big box stores. These are all folks that really want your business. They support their local community. Ooh, nice looking curveball. Strike 2. And that was a next level curveball there. Good looking pitch. And he misses outside. Check that. That was a strike. 3rd out of the inning. As once again, he strikes out 2, walks 1, but they're able to hold the tide as we move down to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score in our ball game. Lynchburg-Clay will take the field. Manchester will bat right after this here on C103.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today. Visit with our folks and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Maxler Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer! Wow.
to Shack baseball.
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football.
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
To Shack volleyball.
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
Local fairs, festivals, and more.
Fire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. You know, I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved to Hillsboro in 1971. Fell in love with rural living. I bought an 18-acre piece of property out in the country, started raising cattle, but there's nothing like walking out your back porch and seeing soybeans, corn's growing, cattle grazing in the pastures and baling hay.
Before every game, it's Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch at Edward Jones Investments. Listen in early. Let Ron help you plan for your future. Manchester will bat. They'll send the number 8, 9, and 1 batters to the plate. Starting things off be James Hackathorn, followed by Landon Doyle, and then Traven Hildebrand in that order. First pitch is in, called ball 1 out there for the Mustangs. Quinn Wells on the mound. Curveball outside, strike 1. As Kenton Butt batting, As now the pitch, and it's a grounder to the third baseman. Baker plays it, throws it to first, 1 down. And that's the first ball put in play in the infield by Manchester. Of course, Braylon Rickett with that double into right field. Swing and a miss, strike 1. On Hackathorn. And that pitch is called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Hackathorn, a right-hand batter. Swing and a miss. He chases it. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Standing in now, Landon Doyle, the catcher. Just a little bit low with a fastball. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Your local auto repair expert, none other than it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Lewis will play it. He'll throw it to first. And good cover on the part of Beachy as he tagged the runners that went by. 3 up, 3 down. We move to the top of the 4th. Mustangs bat. No score in our ball game. We're right after this on C103.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Summer's almost here and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 White House Road in Sardinia or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
Luke Applegate on the mound for the Greyhounds. Wells has thrown a total of 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. Applegate, on the other hand, his first pitch is in, a swing and a miss, strike 1. As Mustangs flip the order here, we'll have the number 1, 2, and 3 batters. I'll finish that in just a moment. Lewis at the plate. And the pitch is down, ball 1. So it'll be Harley Lewis, Quinn Wells, and Christian Beachy in that order for the Mustangs. What a gorgeous day, by the way, as the sun comes out full blast. As Applegate again with the baseball, and now the pitch. And high and in for a ball. But anyway, on the other side of things, it's Applegate with a total of 8 strikeouts. So we've had 15 strikeouts between the 2 pitchers in the first 2 innings. That evens the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes now. We'll get inside the game with the ACRMC Coaches Comment Show. That's Adams County Regional Medical Center. And it's a ground ball into right field for a base hit. Rickett will be there to play it, but the runner is safe at first. And the Mustangs have their second base runner of the ball game, first hit of the ball game, with a single to right field by Harley Lewis. Now Quinn Wells. The pitcher will stand in. Quinn an opportunity to help out himself. Said it earlier, bears repeating. He's got 17. They throw over to first. The runner's back. He's batted 31 times with 17 runs, 23 hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 18 RBIs, a .780 on base percentage. As the runner goes, the throw is down to second. The runner is the throw is offline. The runner is safe. So now the Mustangs will have a runner in scoring position. No balls and 1 strike on Wells. Special thanks to our producer director of Good Guys Radio TV, Mr. Matt Hildebrand. Applegate looks at the runner in the pitch, and that's a foul. Back off, must have been off his foot, the way he's shaking his foot. Now that does not feel very good. Sounded like he got a pretty good whack at it. As he stands back in. Applegate looks at the runner again. Applegate slowed down markedly since he has a runner on second base. Curveball, strike 3. First out of the inning. Runner remains at second base. For Christian Beachy, the first baseman to come to the plate. Christian, a .297 batting average, .400 on base percentage. Batted 31 times with 15 RBIs to lead the team. If you're Coach James Flowers, this is the guy you want up there. He's your number 3 batter as the pitch misses, ball 1. Thanks once again to Baxla Tractor Sales in Seaman and Batavia, your local dealer for Kubota, Land Pride, Exmark, and more. Check them out for all your home needs as well as all your ag needs. It's called Strike One. They've got everything you need, not just for those ag guys, but you need anything around the house, they've got that as well. Anything from steel to, as we said, Exmark, they've got it all covered for you. The pitch again. Swing and a miss. He chased one up in the zone. Strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Max Baker, the third baseman, is the on-deck batter. Get rolling before every game with Maggulac Tire Service. Starting lineups. Remember, Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs on the road or on the farm. And that pitch misses down and in to even the count at 2-2. As again, runner actually not being very aggressive at second base. And that's a fly ball to right field. Rickett will be there to make the catch. The runner will tag and should be safe at third. He is. So that'll make it with 2 down with a fly ball to right field. That is the hardest hit ball we've had yet today. But Rickett was there and played it well with a nice arm. Had a pretty good throw, one hop the third baseman, but Lewis had too much a jump on it. As standing in now, Max Baker, the third baseman. He's 0 for 1. The pitch now, and that's a foul down the first baseline. Strike one. Stay with us after the final out as we step behind the mic with the driving authority to talk to our athletes, thanks to the Driving Authority, your Southern Ohio Drivers Education School. And he hits the batter. So that'll be the first hit by a pitch. That'll put runners in the corners now for Tanner Roberts, the left fielder, to come to the plate. Tanner, a .333 batting average, .484 on base percentage, but only 2 RBIs on the season. So opportunity knocks here for Tanner. But again, if you've not seen it, we've been interviewing one of the winning players, a player from the winning team, after the ball game. And everybody seems to like that a lot. And so you'll get to hear from and watch a player from the winning team after the game. Again, brought to you by the Driving Authority. We appreciate them standing in. As first it was Flowers talking to his runner. Now he's calling the pitcher, the umpire out, and they're going to have that conversation. And that conversation has to do with the approach that Luke Applegate is taking on the mound. There was a question as to whether early in the ball game as to whether he was balking, as he was actually standing to the rubber and stepping back before he addressed the plate. And now they are and we're going to get a pinch runner now for Lynchburg-Clay, as Coach James Flowers doing more running than I've seen him run in a couple seasons. I don't know. You think he's in shape? He might be. In there to pinch run. I'll have to check that. I think it's Luke Davis, but we'll have to see. And that pitch is in for strike one on Tanner Roberts. And on the play, the runner advances. And the pitch now high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. As again, the batter stands in. And that time the pitch on the bottom end of the strike zone, strike 2. That runner out there is Elam Faust, the senior, the catcher. He's injured and has a injury to his finger as the pitch high. Runners on second, third now, 2 down. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Roberts. But Faust able to pinch run, of course. As the pitch now, and it's foul down the first baseline. The count will remain 1-2. Luke Applegate on the mound. Landon Duel catching. Carson Inman at first. Traven Hildebrand, the second baseman. Kenton Budd at third. Parker Hayslip, the shortstop. This is your Maglak Tire Service, and it's called strike 3. They strand 2 as we move now to the bottom of the fourth. Manchester bats, no score in our ball game. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union. Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's Manchester coming to the plate. Lynchburg-Clay on the field. Quinn Wells on the mound. Eric Slack catching as the first pitch is in, called strike 1. It'll be the number 1, 2, and 3 batters for Manchester. That pitch, he shows bunt. Hildebrand, nice little bunt drop right down in front of the plate, but better yet, good cover for Quinn Wells, and he'll throw him out at first for the first out of the inning. That'll bring the number 2 batter, Luke Applegate, to the plate. Once again, Quinn Wells on the mound, Eric Slack catching. Christian Beachy at first. Alex Van Fleet is the second baseman. Max Baker at third. Harley Lewis on short. Applegate fouls that one off the right side. Tanner Roberts is in left. Trevor Niehaus in center. And Aiden Beanie is in right. And that pitch is in for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. As Applegate stands back in, and it's a little pop fly, center field, shallow, could be trouble, but coming in making a nice catch is Trevor Niehaus. He started to break back, and that would have been a fatal error. Instead, he covers it. He's got good wheels, makes it quick. Trevor Niehaus records the second out of fly ball to center field. And that was our Maglak Tire Service roster report. Clayton Colvin comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 1. He's the center fielder, a left-handed batter. Pitch misses out, ball 1. He's one of 2 left-handed batters in this Manchester lineup. Manchester in their white trousers, blue stripe down the side, as that's a fly ball to left field. Roberts is there. He'll make the play. 3 up, 3 down. We move now to the top of the 5th. Mustangs bat. No score in our ball game. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Maggulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAM must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS.
Pads Eddie Deemer and a good crew of umpires for a great baseball game. Folks, this is as good a baseball as you're going to see at this level. Two great pitchers. But you know what? The batters are coming to the plate. They're starting to work the pitchers a bit. We have no score in our ball game. Standing in will be Aiden Beanie, Trevor Niehaus, and Caden Boone in that order. Both starting pitchers still there. And for the second time tonight, Luke Applegate hits a batter. So hit by a pitch, that puts a runner on first with nobody out for Trevor Niehaus, the center fielder, to come to the plate. Maggulac Tire Service roster report for Manchester. Luke Applegate on the mound. Landon Doyle catching. Carson Inman at first. Traven Hildebrand, he's the second baseman. Kenton Budd at third. Parker Hayslip at shortstop. Lucas Rigdon in left. Clayton Colvin in center. And the right fielder, Braylon Rickett. Applegate's pitch, high, right down the middle of the plate. Now that was a hitter's pitch. Maybe a little high for Niehaus, but that was a bit fat. Applegate doesn't want to repeat that one very many times. He throws to first, the runner's back. The ball gets away from the first baseman, but Inman does a nice job keeping it in play. On deck, Caden Boone, the designated hitter for the Mustangs. Applegate taking a little more time as Boone shows bunt. Instead, takes strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thanks to Robert's Pavings, we're going to have a conversation in the mound. I'm not sure what that's about. Coach Meade must have seen something that I didn't see. That wouldn't be a surprise, though. Robert's Paving in Hillsboro for being one of our season sponsors. Robert's Paving, your premier paving contractor of Southern Ohio. I see them all over the place. And the cool thing is they do residential, commercial, you name it. They got you covered, so make sure you get that done. And before or after the game, or even during the game, anytime's a good time for Snappy Tomato Pizza. Order online at snappytomato.com or download the Snappy's app for great deals. The conversation the mound breaks up. The catcher comes back behind the plate. A little hard to say. I think it's 2 balls and no strikes. As I glanced away, as now Applegate with the baseball. Again, the batter shows bunt. And now we go 2-1. On deck batter, the senior, Caden Boone. For the Mustangs. He steps back into the plate. And again, he shows bunt. And a little bunt right in front of the mound. It's a pretty nice little bunt. Applegate bobbled it. Can he get it there quick enough? He did. But that'll move the runner over with a little sacrifice bunt. That'll put Beanie at second base. Applegate did a nice job. He just bobbled it just slightly. And Niehaus pretty quick down the bag, but Applegate's throw fast enough and Inman covering well. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Runner in scoring position now is Aiden Beanie. Caden Boone at the plate, a left-handed batter, and he'll step out and Applegate will step off the mound. That'll make Alex Van Fleet the second baseman on deck now. Boone, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. As the ball gets past, no, that's going to be a foul ball. Lynchburg-Clay had an opportunity in that 4th innings. They had runners on 2nd and 3rd, but they were unable to get them home, or I should say they had runners on the corners, as they were unable to drive in the run. As again, the batter stands in, and the pitch in the dirt, and that'll advance the runner to 3rd. Nothing Duel can do on that. That'll be a wild pitch. That bounced right in front of the plate. As now the batter stands in again. Everybody slowed down a bit here. Swing and a miss to even the count at 2-2. Check that 1-2. 1 down. The go-ahead run 90 feet away at third base. Boone, 4 RBIs on the season. He's batted 19 times, 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 doubles, a .417 on-base percentage, and a .266 batting average. This Lynchburg-Clay Mustang team, pretty powerful at the plate. They have 2 losses, but as that's a fly ball to right field. Rickett will play it. The runner will tag, Hildebrand will play it. The throw comes home, and Hildebrand, what a throw. But just a little, too late, as the runner just beat him, and the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead. Good effort. Now with 2 down, 1 run in, Alex Van Fleet will stand in with nobody on. Applegate looks again, and he shows bunt, drops it down the first base line. That's kind of in no man's land. Applegate plays it, though, to first base, 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Mustangs. Yes, before the Mustangs score a run, they take a 1-0 lead. We're back after this on. Check that, excuse me. We only have 2 outs. I missed one. Harley Lewis will stand in. And that's with a runner at 2nd. As the pitch now is down for ball 1. Runner on second base, and the runner goes, and it's a hard hit ball to right field. It's over the head of the second baseman, drops in front of the, check that, a snag by the second baseman, Hildebrand. What a catch that was. Going away toward right field, a leaping catch. 3rd out of the inning, that'll hold the runner. They'll save a run, because that without doubt would have been a run. Instead, the Mustangs go away with only 1 run. They take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning. Manchester bats after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance in Georgetown at 937-378-4124, in Owensville at 513-732-2600, in West Union at 937-544-5505, or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
No one college can be all things to all people. But Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. Flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
The Manchester shortstop. Pitch now, and it's a foul ball down the first baseline, strike 2. On the mound, Quinn Wells. Both starting pitchers still in the ball game. It's 1-0 the score. The Mustangs with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And as I always say, if you're new to high school baseball, we only play 7. So these games go a lot quicker than they do in the major leagues. As a ground ball to the shortstop, Lewis. And throw to first, 1 down. Score that 6-3. That'll bring Carson Inman, the first baseman, to the plate. Batting left-handed, he's 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim back in the second, but everybody's been a strikeout victim one way or the other tonight. As the only players on the entire Manchester ball club that has not been a strikeout victim was Kenton Butt and Landon Doyle. On the part of Lynchburg-Clay, the only one that has not been a strikeout victim is Trevor Niehaus. So no shame in being a strikeout victim tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike now, the count on Inman. He'll be followed by Braylon Rickett, the right fielder, and that's called strike 2. That was a good-looking pitch now. I'd take that one. As again, Inman looks at the pitch, and it's a foul ball down the third baseline. Did not get around on it. The count will remain 1-2. Join Good Guys Radio TV for the annual Shack Track Meet on Tuesday, May 12th. All 10 Shack schools will come together to compete at Manchester High School. Inman stands back in. You know, before the game, it's between the baselines and, of course, the Magulac Tire Service Rush. And it's a hard hit ball into right field for a base hit. The right fielder, Beanie, will play it, and Inman is safe at first base with only the second hit of the ball game for Manchester. That puts the tying run at first for Braylon Rickett, the right fielder, to come to the plate. And I believe, are we going to have a pinch runner? Maybe. And that pinch runner will be, let me check this out, will be Jasper Walker. Jasper Walker in running for Inman. I'm sure Inman will come back in. Rickett as they throw over to first, and they get the runner leaning the wrong way, and that's the second out of the inning, as on the first throw over to first. Nice pickoff move by Wells as he turned and fired it and caught Walker just leaning a little bit the wrong direction, and he threw him out. Now Rickett will stand in with nobody on. 2 down, and it's a foul back behind us for a strike. Kenton Butt on deck for the Greyhounds. Boy, the crowd is quiet as it's a little bounder to Wells, the pitcher. He fields it, throws it to first. 3 up, 3 down, as again we move now to the top of the 6th. Mustangs bat leading 1-0. Back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Snappy Tomato Pizza.
The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large, pepped-up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped-up pepperoni.
Snappy Delivery.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll have Luke Applegate on the mound and the first pitch hitting. It's the number 2 batter. That's his counterpart, the pitcher, Quinn Wells. Quinn is 0 for 2. Twice he's been a strikeout victim. He went down swinging for the second out in the first inning and was called out on strikes for the first out in the 4th inning. His team up 1-0. And in high school baseball, oh, wow, that's a good line. Good, well-hit ball to left field. The left fielder is back. It'll be over his head, up against the fence, as Wells will go in to second base with a double. There was nothing Rigdon could do about that. That was over his head and went to the fence. And Wells, the leadoff batter, is now in scoring position for Christian Beachy to come to the plate for the Mustangs. Max Baker, the third baseman, on deck now. Mustangs up by 1, but I started to say in high school baseball, 1 is nothing. Swing and a miss, strike 1. I had the good fortune and or the bad fortune, depending on where you're sitting, depending on how you look at it, to watch the debacle was the Cincinnati Reds playing the Angels yesterday. They were down 9-0 in the 8th inning. And the Reds came back and scored 6. And had it not been for a line drive double play, put-out play in the 9th, they would have been 9-8. And that's in the major leagues. High school baseball, gee whiz, 1 run. Takes a couple of bobbled balls, and it's a ground ball snagged by the shortstop. Good job by the runner. The base runner went back to the bag, and rarely do you see that. As a nice play by Hayslip, he snagged it going to across the mound. And 9 times out of 10, that would have been a double play because he would have doubled up the runner off second base. But Wells was back to second, and that's only the first out. Right-handed batting Max Baker at the plate, and he'll call timeout. Max, a .227 batter. Now, he has 5 RBIs on the season, .393 on base percentage, 5 runs, 5 hits. Right-handed batter, pulls that left foot way back toward third base. And it's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and the runner will advance. That'll put an add-on run 90 feet away now. Tanner Roberts, the left fielder, on deck. When Manchester comes to the plate, they'll send their 7, 8, and 9 batters to the plate in the bottom of this inning. And good look and pitch right down the middle of the plate. Strike 1. No balls and a strike. Check that. It should be 1 ball and 2 strikes. As now the pitch again, swing and a miss. There we go. I had it right in the first place. That's what I get for looking at the scoreboard, isn't it? 1 ball, 2 strikes now. We'll get it right. Baker, a right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, pitches high. And now we'll go even at 2-2. Get rolling before each game with the Magulac Tire Service starting lineups. Remember Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs on the road or on the farm. Swing and a miss. He chased one on the outside bottom end of the zone for the second out of the inning. It's a 9th strikeout issued by Luke Applegate. To the plate now, sophomore Tanner Roberts. Right field instead. The second baseman will make the catch. 3 down. They strand one. We move to the bottom of the 6th. Manchester Bats trailing 1-0. Back after this on C103 and Good Guys, brought to you by CMT Components.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
Wow. To Shack baseball.
Wells is going to drive. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football.
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
To Shack volleyball.
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
Local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. You know, I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved to Hillsboro in 1971. Fell in love with rural living. I bought an 18-acre piece of property out in the country, started raising cattle. But there's nothing like walking out your back porch and seeing soybeans, corn's growing, cattle grazing in the pastures and baling hay.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. As once again, I'm Don Bowles. You're listening to C103 and watching on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components. If you've not checked it out, you need to do that. As Good Guys Radio TV, just go to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, as that pitch is foul back for a strike. As it'll be Kenton Butt, Lucas Rigdon, and James Hackathorn in that. James Hackathorn, as it's a line shot, a little bloop, I should say, not a line shot, a bloop into left field for a base hit. And Manchester's in business with the tying run at first base. Good Guys Radio TV, YouTube, as well as on YouTube, as well as on the on our Facebook page or goodguysradiotv.com. And we'll have a pinch runner now. Bentley Colvin out to pinch run. Out there for Hackathorn. The pitch misses outside, ball 1. Landon Doyle, the catcher. Hackathorn's at bat. The Kenton Butt with the single to left field. Let's give the devil his due, to say the least. And, of course, now with the pinch runner out there. One ball, one strike on Hackathorn. And, he held off on a real borderline pitch there. Wow. 2 balls and a strike. That's the kind of pitch you see. And it's a good hard hit ball to left center field. The left fielder, Tanner Roberts, will play it. And now Manchester will have the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first on the back of a couple of leadoff singles here. That brings Landon Doyle to the plate. So we'll have another pinch runner. And that looks like it's going to be and I'll have to check Rigdon, as that'll be Lucas Rigdon into pinch run, as we're going to have a conversation on the mound. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Runners on first and second. He shows bunt, drops it off the right side of the mound. The play will go to third. Nice job on the part of Wells as they'll get the lead runner. So Butt is out for the first out of the inning. Runners will still be on first and second, but now it'll be it'll be Rigdon and Doyle. Pitches in, curveball, strike one on Traven Hildebrand. Wells normally pitches very, very quickly. Slowed down just a little bit, and Hildebrand showed bunt. Instead, it'll be called strike two. No balls and 2 strikes. Hildebrand 0 for 2 in the ball game. Went down, called strike 3 in the first inning, and then thrown out on a bunt to the pitcher for the first out in the 4th inning. Again, the Mustangs lead 1-0. The Greyhounds have runners on first and second. Wells the pitch. The pitch was high. Hildebrand, good job holding off the pitch. Luke Applegate, the pitcher, on deck. He'll be followed by Clayton Colvin, should we get that far. There's one down. Wells again the look and again the pitch, and that was a curveball, nice looking pitch, and that'll be strike 3. Swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. Applegate is 0 for 2. Strikeout victim for the second out of the inning in the first, and then a fly ball to center field for the second out in the 4th. We are in the 6th inning. The bottom of the 6th. Mustangs leading 1-0. Swing and a miss. Nice looking fastball on the outside edge. Blew it right past him for strike 1. Don't forget, after the ball game, it's a Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. Our ACRMC Family Medicine Coach's Comment Show, and that's a little foul tip for strike 2. And, of course, the driving authority behind the mic show. We'll talk to one of the players on the winning team here. You can listen to that on the radio. Of course, you can also watch it on Good Guys. We're very proud of Good Guys, and everybody tells us they kind of like it. We've got a lot of people as it's a fly ball again. Straightaway center field. I'm blocked by the umpire as ranging to his left. Niehaus will make the catch. It'll be the third out of the inning. We move now to the top of the 7th. Mustangs bat leading 1-0.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Summer's almost here and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whitehouse Road in Sardinia or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union. Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
The first pitch is in, called strike one. Beanie is 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim the second, but he was hit by a pitch and scored the only run in the ball game. As that pitch is in the dirt, ball one. Moved over on a wild pitch and then scored later on a line drive by Alex Van Fleet. As now curveball, good looking pitch, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beanie again a .261 batter with a .320 on base percentage. Right-handed batter. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast here tonight as it's a ground ball, to the pitcher. Actually, a line drive to the pitcher, and he'll make the play. 1 down. That brings Trevor Niehaus to the plate. Trevor, the center fielder. Trevor came to the ball game having batted 25 times with 10 runs and 5 hits. 2 doubles, 1 triple. He can get things started here. You can bet Coach Flowers would love to have an insurance run as the pitch is high, ball 1. A 1-run lead in the high school baseball is just razor thin. Back on the air tomorrow night, Fairfield at North Adams. It'll be on C103. That pitch high, ball 2. Make sure you join me. We're going to air about 5:35 with our Between the Baseline show and our Magulac Tire Service lineups. Fairfield and North Adams, always a fun matchup. Division I versus Division II. Right down the center of the plate, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Niehaus gets a sign from third base coach Eric Fiskus for the Mustangs. Manchester, I think I failed to mention, white trousers, blue stripe down the side of the trousers. Blue jersey with gold stripes. And that pitch high for a ball, ball 3. Gold numerals trimmed in white. The colors are blue and gold. Their mascot, it's a greyhound. They even used to have a live greyhound. They brought to the games and all that stuff. And Mustangs, of course, Of course, the greyhound, I said a live greyhound. You wouldn't want a dead greyhound, but, versus a mascot. You know what I'm talking about, folks. But, yeah, they bring the dog in and all that stuff, and a little foul off the side. Count goes full at 3-2, and we haven't had very many of those tonight. That's only about the third one. That's only the second one I've had that Applegate has pitched into, and I think Wells pitched into one. No, he did not. So we've had 2 full counts the entire night. Now that's unusual. Swing and a miss. He chased one for second out of the inning. Now coming to the plate, it's Caden Boone, the designated hitter. Caden is 0 for 2. Had a fly ball to the second baseman for the second out of the 5th inning. He stands in, a left-handed batter, and then he calls timeout. Now he stands back in. Pitch by Applegate way outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, the number 9 batter, Alex Van Fleet for the Mustangs. And it's a fly ball to right field. If it's fair, it's trouble. It is, and the runner will be safe at first. Just turned on it enough to drop it just inside the foul line. That'll put an add-on run at first base. And I'm sure we're going to have a pinch runner. We're going to have to see who this is. And that'll be Luke Davis running for Coach James Flowers, the Mustangs. As Van Fleet stands in. Van Fleet, one of the juniors on this ball club. The pitch misses out. Check that, caught the outside edge for strike 1. As the runner, uncontested, moves over to second base. He will not get a stolen base on that, but nonetheless puts him in scoring position. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As Applegate looks at the runner, and he chased one down low for strike 3. They strand another one. We move to the bottom of the 7th. Manchester will send their number 3, 4, and 5 batters to the plate, trailing by 1. We're back after this on C103.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggielank Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Magulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS.
And that pitch is called strike two. Colvin 0 for 2 on the night as he's batting here, and that pitch misses for a ball. 1-2. Colvin, a 300 batter. And Manchester needs to get something starting. They trail 1-0, and that pitch misses to even the count at 2-2. Again, I'll remind you, we are in the bottom of the 7th inning. In high school baseball, that's all we play is 7 innings. So as it's a little ground ball to the pitcher, he'll play it himself and make the play at first. Good job on the part of Wells. One down now. And that'll bring Parker Hayslip, the shortstop, to the plate. Parker, a 364 batter. It's the heart of the lineup for the Manchester Greyhounds. Hayslip was a strikeout victim in the second, had a ground ball to shortstop for the first out in the 5th. And that is in the dirt for a ball. On deck, Carson Inman, the first baseman. And that's a little pop fly in the infield. The shortstop, Lewis, is under it. He'll make the play for the second out of the inning. Carson Inman will stand in as the last hope for the Manchester Greyhounds. First pitch is called strike one. Everybody very quiet here. On deck, Braylon Rickett, the right fielder. Called strike two, a big curveball outside to the left-handed batting Inman. Again, it's the driving authority behind the mic after this, and that one's in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I like the game that Kevin Pickrell has called behind the plate. Eddie Deemer, nice job on the bags, and that's a pop fly foul down the third base line. The count remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Is again now the pitch and misses in to even it at 2-2. Manchester down to their last strike. Inman stands in again, and he fouls it back against the fence. And the count will remain 2-2. Back on the air tomorrow night from North Adams High School as they host Fairfield. Listen on C103. Coach Ryan Unger in his rookie season for the North Adams Green Devils as a coach. As again, Inman stands in. Pitch misses out, and the count goes full at 3-2. You have to think Quinn Wells, what a game he has pitched, but he's got to be a little careful here. He's got to be thinking about, this being the last out. And that called strike 3, third out of the inning, and that's the ball game. And it is the Mustangs defeating the Greyhounds as the final score 1-0. It's C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. Up next, it's our post-game show. Make sure you stay with us. We'll have our ACRMC Coaches Comment Show. We'll also name our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. And, of course, don't forget we'll have Behind the Mic, brought to you by the Driving Authority, and much more after this here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance in Georgetown at 937-378-4124, in Owensville at 513-732-2600, in West Union at 937-544-5505, or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Pitcher Quinn Wells, as he strikes out 7, gives up a total of 4 hits. They stranded 3 and pitches another shutout. This is the second shutout of the season Quinn has pitched. We saw him pitch the same kind of game earlier in the season, and nice job. On the other hand, it was Luke Applegate, a really nice job pitching 99 times out of 100. Yes, I think I'd go that far. This would be a winning pitching job. Had 9 strikeouts, walked 1, gave up only 3 hits. There was 2 hit batters. They stranded 4 and gave up 1 run. And that was the only run scored in the ball game. The game only took an hour and 40 minutes to play. And boy, that is quick. An hour and 40 minutes for any level, high school or anything. Of course, we only play 7 innings in high school, so that makes a bit of a difference. But an hour and 40 minutes is what it took to get this game done. Let's take a look at individual and team stats if we can. Traven Hildebrandt was 0 for 3 in the ball game. Luke Applegate was 0 for 3 as well. Clayton Colvin was 0 for 3. Parker Hayslip, 0 for 3. Carson Inman was 1 for 3, had a single to right field, but was caught stealing in the 5th inning. Braylon Ricketts was 1 for 2, as he had a double to right field, but was stranded in the 2nd inning. Kenton Butt was 1 for 2 with a single to left field, but was caught stealing in the 6th. James Hackathorn was 1 for 2 with a single to left field and stranded in the 6th. And then Landon Doyle was 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and stranded in the 6th. And once again, the Greyhounds, not bad against the pitching job that Quinn Wells did, as Quinn Wells again struck out 7, gave up only 4 hits, but he scattered them around and had great defense behind him as well as they stranded 3. Base running was probably, if I had to pick on something as a negative, was probably a little bit of the nemesis for Manchester. I said early that you could expect the teams to be aggressive, and Manchester was, and Lynchburg-Clay was as well. I can't fault them for that. We knew that this was going to be a very, very low-scoring ball game, and when that's the case, you've got to get every run you can, every opportunity you can, and that's what Manchester was attempting to do. Lynchburg, the same thing. Lynchburg sent a runner aggressively and was caught at home, and of course, that's not a surprise as well because Lynchburg-Clay was trying to get that extra run. Now, let's tell you what, let's take a quick break. We'll come right back, and I'll give you the individual team stats for the Mustangs. But first this, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Gotcha.
Snappy Tomato Pizza.
The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large, pepped-up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped-up pepperoni.
Snappy Delivery.
Again, our post-game show as we await the arrival of Coach James Flowers with the Lynchburg-Clay Mustangs. Lynchburg improves their record to 5-0 and 8-2. Manchester, on the other hand, drops to 2-2 and 2-3. As let's take a look at the Mustangs' individual and team stats. Harley Lewis was 1 for 3. He had a single to right field and was stranded in the 4th. Quinn Wells had a double to left field and was stranded in the 6th, and he was 1 for 3. Christian Beachy was 0 for 3. Max Baker was 0 for 2, but he was hit by a pitch and stranded in the 4th inning. Tanner Roberts was 0 for 3. Aiden Beanie was 0 for 2, but hit by a pitch and scored the only run of the ball game as he moved over to a wild pitch and was driven in. Trevor Niehaus was 0 for 1 with a walk. He walked and was caught stealing home or coming home in the 3rd on a wild pitch. And then he had a sacrifice bunt as well. Caden Boone was 1 for 3, a single to right field and stranded in the 7th. And Alex Van Fleet was 0 for 3. And that is the individual team stats. Up next, it's the Adams County Regional Medical Center Coaches Comment Show, and also behind the mic, brought to you by the Driving Authority. As joining me is going to be, yes, we'll have you go around front, and we'll be right back after this here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. Caden?
Hello. Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Ladies and gentlemen, behind the mic, brought to you by the Driving Authority. And joining me, Caden Boone. Caden, you're the designated hitter. Couldn't ask for a better opportunity tonight, could you?
No, not at all.
Did you? How tough is it coming off of the bench? You don't play the field. You're just over there sitting, waiting for the guys to give you an opportunity at the plate. Is that tough duty?
No, because you just got to stay locked in the entire game and just really cheer on your team while they play defense. So that's just part of being a designated hitter or a bench player.
Yeah. Would you like it better if you were out there playing defense as well?
I like helping the team any way I'm told to help.
Pitching tonight was pretty tough, wasn't it?
Sure was. One of the best pitchers we faced all year.
What was he throwing tonight that caused problems for you?
Well, he usually started out with the first pitch fastball, and then he'd come in with his slider curveball mix, and they just rung up a lot of guys with off speed.
Do you know what it was that you hit?
I hit 2 fastballs.
You hit 2 fastballs. He's pretty quick. He was throwing low 90s, I would say, upper 80s, low 90s. That should make you feel pretty good, shouldn't
it? We were told just to touch the ball, and that's what I did. I touched it.
That's all. They always say when the faster the pitch comes in, the harder it goes, right?
Sure is. We were told not to swing hard. We were just told to put the bat out there and touch, and that's what I did.
Now, when you hit it, did you know that it was going to be what you wanted to do?
For both hits, I was down 2 strikes, so my goal was just to put the bat in the ball, and whatever happened, happened.
All right. High school, is this one of the biggest experiences for you in playing baseball tonight?
Well, we did go to the Final Four last year, so that was pretty big, but I guess, yeah, personally for myself.
Personally. Good point. As far as your skill set, have you become a better player this year?
Absolutely, yes. We had a really good team last year, and they taught us a lot.
How have you gotten better?
So just having confidence in myself is really key.
What did you personally learn from going to that Final Four game?
I mean, so much, but the level of competition when you get to a game like that, it's very similar to what he's pitching today. So seeing that beforehand is very helpful.
All right, tonight you saw one of the best pitchers in the league, one of the best pitchers in Southern Ohio. Are you going to be able to take that to the rest of the season and use that in your designated hitter role and use it positively?
Absolutely. Every game you're supposed to get better, and I think he made all of us better today.
All right, good job. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, absolutely. Quinn Wells, absolute dog on the mound tonight.
All right, congratulations, Caden. Great game.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Joining will be Coach James Flowers for our ACRMC Coaches Comment Show right after this here on C103 and Good Guys.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to drive. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football,
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the ACRMC Coaches Comment Show. Joining me again, another happy Coach James Flowers. Coach, we talked about making a habit of this. It's beginning to seem that way.
Well, you just get some good players and a little luck from the baseball gods, and next thing you know, you get to talk to Don Bowles when you play baseball.
Well, I don't know, is that a reward or a penalty? I'm not sure.
I guess I'm not answering that question.
That'll work. What about the baseball gods? This is a perfect game to talk about that. This could go either way. There was a couple of things Mustangs could have, that could have gone the other way, and Manchester be standing here talking to me.
Yeah, first of all, hats off to Luke Applegate. My Lord, that kid threw a gem on the mound. I know he's a competitor. He's been around the league for a while. First time we've actually got to face him on the mound. He had some arm health issues last year. I didn't know how lively his arm was, but we dialed the machine up back at the school. It sounded like it was going to wind itself apart at one point, but did the best kid work on timing, pounded out 4 hits. Some were pretty, some were not, but that's baseball.
Well, and let's talk about that just for a moment, because I'm not a hitting expert, to say the least, so I don't get in a lot of details about the pitchers, but let's face it, his velocity was good. He's pitching upper 80s, low 90s, and he moves the ball. He's got good movement. He's got a nice curveball, not too bad. Doesn't use the change up much, but he spots the ball.
Yeah, he done a fantastic job out there. That's a good group of hitters I have, and he kept them off balance all night. For us to only collect 4 hits, luckily we were able to get some runners on early in the innings and capitalize, get 1 run. And 1 run was enough to do the job tonight.
Well, and we talk about playing non-league competition to prepare you for tournament. You don't get much better than this in league, right?
No, this is good stuff here. I traveled all over the countryside last week playing non-league, and I didn't know I could just come to Manchester and play a closer ball game than I'd played all week last week playing 5 games. Sure. But hats off to the Greyhounds, great ball team. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in Division II in the Shack.
Let's talk about another pitcher with a great game tonight, Quinn Wells. Oh my, second time I've seen him pitch a shutout. He was dealing tonight.
he got in a rhythm. He wasn't working as fast tonight at times.
He did. So I made comment about that. He actually took a pause on the mound a couple times.
Yeah, I think a couple times he wanted to step back, refocus, kind of reset, and make sure he could execute the pitch that was called. So that just shows some maturity out of him for a sophomore. I expect anytime I give Quinn the game ball, he's going to go out and compete at the highest level.
Well, it's going to sound like when I say this, only 7 strikeouts, but that's not what mattered again tonight. Sometimes you don't want to deal it or dial it in so much because Manchester's a pretty good hitting ball club.
Yeah.
And I thought he was spotting the ball, and there's nothing wrong putting the ball in play. Let your defense play behind you, is there?
Yeah, I mean, you and I have talked before. In high school, you're not going to blow the ball by everybody. There's too much technology anymore out there. Kids work way too hard for timing. Those days of just rearing back, throwing the ball by people just rarely exist. He works on spotting the ball, played some great defense behind him tonight, airless baseball, couldn't be happier. Got Elam out of the game, got some kids in some spots they really haven't been in, so I'm not sure Tanner's played left field for me ever, even though he's a sophomore. I didn't even know he could play left, and he's like, hey, I can go out there, and I'm like, okay, let's try it.
Sure.
So we just shuffled some kids around tonight, brought the right fielder in the second. Everybody did what they had to do all night.
Let me make bring up just another quick subject. I talked in the beginning of the game how aggressive the base runners were going to be when you got good pitchers on the mound. For all those fans out there say, "Oh, you shouldn't have got thrown out at home." You have got to take and push the envelope and take advantage of every opportunity in a ball game like this, don't you?
Yeah, and I told Trevor. Trevor was one that got caught there at the plate. I think in the 3rd inning or second, maybe I'm off. I don't know. Might have been second. Regardless, I told Trevor, I said, hey, part of that's the blame. I coach us to be aggressive. You did what I coached you to do, so it is what it is. Yeah. I'd rather see the ball go to the backstop, but hey, sometimes, sure. Like I said, sometimes you get a bounce your way, sometimes it don't.
Well, and that was what was more about than anything. It wasn't that the ball got away. It didn't get very far away.
Yeah. And it was still a close play. I mean, Trevor still made it bang, bang. So, hey, if we get caught being aggressive on the bases, it is what it is.
You got challenged last week. You get challenged tonight, and you come away with a win. What do the kids need to take away from tonight?
I think tonight they can take away well, we're going to need to learn how to hit some fastballs.
Dial that pitching machine up, right?
Yeah, I think we had at times tonight we put together some good quality at bats, and at times tonight we didn't. I think we can learn, and I think we worked on that Friday. We were up at Wright State playing against Versailles, a top level MAC team. And we worked on being patient at the plate. We had an umpire up there that night, had a tighter strike zone than we're normal to. I said, hey, gentlemen, this is a good chance for us to work on being patient at the plate.
Right.
But typically our style is we want to go up and hack away.
Yeah.
We want to put pressure on them by putting the ball in play. So didn't happen as many times as I wanted to tonight, but happened enough. That's all that matters.
Coach, another fun
Absolutely.
game. We enjoyed watching you.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate everything you guys do.
It's our pleasure. We enjoy it. We have fun. Head coach James Flowers with the Lynchburg-Clay Mustangs will return and wrap things up and name our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV presented by CMT Components. Thanks, Jim.
I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. You know, I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved to Hillsboro in 1971, fell in love with rural living. I bought an 18-acre piece of property out in the country, started raising cattle, but there's nothing like walking out your back porch and seeing soybeans, corn's growing, cattle grazing in the pastures and baling hay.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you...
Gentlemen, once again, the final score, it was 1-0. Lynchburg-Clay Mustangs knock off Manchester, and again, it's... Luke Applegate, the losing pitcher, Quinn Wells, the winning pitcher. I'm going to make it really simple. When you have a kid pitch the way that Quinn Wells did tonight, he's our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. I had 7 strikeouts, gave up 4 hits, scattered around 4 hits, I should say. They stranded only 3, did not walk a single batter. My, oh my, what a pitching job he did tonight. Quinn Wells, our snappy tomato pizza player of the game. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night on C103. It'll be Fairfield at North Adams, our broadcast game. Make sure you listen in. We'll be there to bring it to you. Once again, final score here, 1-0. And it was Quinn Wells, our snappy tomato pizza player of the game, as the Mustangs knock off the Greyhounds here in Manchester. I'm Don Bowles. Special thanks to Matt Hildebrand for producing and directing our Good Guys Radio TV broadcast. And, of course, we can't forget the studio producer tonight, Mr. Matthew Baker. Thanks for listening, folks. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening here on Monday on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Thank you for tuning in. Rewatch this video and many more on demand at goodguysradiotv.com.